vakaras, atsiprašau, kalbėsiu angliškai, bet su lietuvišku akcentu ir daug nafoju, so it's gonna be okay. Anyway, yes, I'm Moira, and recently I started trying to get off antidepressants. Not because I'm feeling better, but because I'm done with psychiatrists, the really mentally ill people. You know, the last time I went to a psychiatrist, and I said, I feel really bad and I have panic attacks on a daily basis. If you wonder what's wrong with me, a lot. But basically I have panic attacks, and the doctor looked at me and said, do you believe in God? And I'm like, I don't know about your God, but I believe in ChatGPT, who wrote my master's thesis and basically was a therapist in my marriage, who saved it. He asked me, no. Have you accepted our Savior Jesus Christ in your heart? Like I didn't. I thought I had. I came here for prescription, not to be recruited to a cult. But okay. And then he says, you have to pay 110 euro. And I wondered what the price would be if I would accept Jesus Christ in my heart. Would I get some cult discount? You know, you never know in Lithuania. Anyway, I said to myself, fuck the drugs, let's become unhinged. And, you know, everyone in Lithuania is mentally ill and somehow surviving, so I'm assimilating with Lithuanians right now. Yeah, but when you get off drugs, your feelings start coming back, and not the feelings that antidepressants helped you to fake, like joy and happiness. No, the real life feelings like fear, anxiety, panic, anger. So the other day we were standing with my husband in a line in Maxima to pay. And you know, I married a Lithuanian guy because somebody had to do it. But we're standing in a line, and I look at him and say, how much money would it take for you to go and kick a kid? I didn't even have to offer the number. You see, he's already kicking one. And I'm like, oh honey, I love you so much, you know. For marriage to survive, you need to have a common hatred ground. And for us, it's screaming kids and Maxima, so that's nice. And I realized also that everyone has a price. We all have this number at the back of our head that, you know, we would do something for that amount of money. So we were having a very serious conversation with my husband, and he asked me, how much money would it take for you to suck someone else's dick, taking the fact that we're married? And I thought about it, and I said, 20 million. Well, apparently I also learned that it would take my husband 15. That or PlayStation 5, either or. And I also know that all Lithuanians know how much it would take Žemaitaitis. It's gonna take 2 tickets to Great Gatsby in Broadway. So we all have a price. In another conversation, he also asked me this serious question, like, how long would you wait before you eat me in case we crash land on a deserted island? I didn't think much, I just said 48 hours. If I learned anything from Snickers commercial, you are not you when you're hungry, so 48 hours is all you have. And he's like, what about coconuts? What about fish in the sea? And I'm like, what about perfectly good meat rotting right there? It's only conscious to eat it. And I'm not gonna break a wrist trying to get to the coconut water or seafood. Fuck that shit, I'm not eating seafood. So yeah, I'm eating my husband, and he's like, but what if I'm alive 2 days later? And like, still, my answer stands, He's been eating me out for years, now it's my turn, I'm gonna eat him. It's only fair. I'm gonna take a picture and post it later with the caption, girl dinner, praying mantis style. So, it's only fair. And of course, in that serious conversation, the last question that usually every couple faces is that, would you still love me if I were a worm? Very heterosexual of us, but he says, as a normal person, he says, of course not. And I'm like, bitch, conditions just changed. I'm gonna be an earworm, and I'm gonna haunt you in your dreams by singing Baby, 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 Ooh by Justin Justin Bieber, you know, I'm gonna drive him mad, like a proper wife, you know. And if it's not earworm, I'm gonna be a tapeworm, living in his gut, causing mood swings, constipation, suicide thoughts, you know, to remain my wifely duties. I need to be a wife somehow, tape or not tape, worm, anyway. But it would, this plan of mine would be constructed by the fact that my husband really likes spicy food. Anyone like spicy food? Make some noise. I have one question for you. Who hurt you, you know? When my husband eats the food, I'm like, he must have never been loved by the father or mother or a dog, because why would you do this to yourself, you know? Eat the spicy food. One time I was chilling on a couch, and then I hear like, help! I'm like, bitch, where are you? You know, I'm running around the apartment looking for him, and I found him on a toilet, and he's all red, sitting there like, help! And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Commandarit, padarit, pienine klizma or kaj, you know? I don't know what I'm supposed to do, to shove the icicle up the bum, you know? There are things in a heterosexual marriage that should remain sacred, and the asshole of the husband is something that should be untouched. You know, it's like, but then I had to know that some trouble was coming, because as he was on the toilet, not a single reel was sent to me. And you know, as us millennials, that's how we know about each other's bowel movements. The reels keep coming. So that's us, and I understand, because I myself have been using social media for my mental health, because mental health is very complicated to maintain in Lithuania. So, you know, I know that research says that social media is bad for your mental health, but I've mastered my social media experience by literally blocking everyone. You know, like I see a girl in a bikini, I press block, report nudity. I see a video, anyone speaking Russian, you know, I block, report hate speech. any you know, podcast, block, report scam. And any gym video, block, report self-injury and eating disorder, you know? Something must be there. So my For You page is perfect. It's just animal farms, car crashes, and Kanye West. Because if that dude is not locked up, maybe I will be fine. Yeah, and if you want to know more about my struggles, you can find me online. It's Moira Needs to Calm Down. If you think I look weird today, you should check me out online, how I look when I forget to take my medication. Thank you very much. Enjoy evening.